Hi, these are your short and sweet January 2013 videos, and I want to tell you how to get the most of the astrology trends for the future month for January 2013. Always make sure you check at least your ascendant sign, and for the full prognosis, check this ascendant, moon, and sun sign. Most people always check their sun sign only, not realizing that actually it's not the most astrologically correct one. The most astrologically correct and personal sign is always the ascendant, which is determined by the exact time of your birth, the minute, the hour. And then comes the moon sign, which especially, particularly women, answer much more. For instance, last month I've experienced the prediction and the trends much more of my moon sign. Women, the moon is a female planet, and a lot of women connect a lot to their moon sign prediction. And if you don't know what your ascendant sign or moon sign astrologically are, you can go to my website astrolada.com, where I have a birth chart calculator. You need to know the time of your birth, or at least approximately, to find out those two signs and their degrees. Write them down and make sure, if you don't have time to listen to the whole prediction for the moon, sun, and ascendant sign, then at least listen to the whole prediction for the ascendant sign always, and then to the second part of the moon and the sun prediction when I mentioned particular degrees of the moon, of the moon, the ascendant, or when I mentioned particular days of birth which correspond to the sun position. If you hear your exact day of birth or position of the ascendant of the moon, or of the moon, like say 20 degrees Leo or something, if you hear these degrees mentioned, then you will definitely feel what is happening to you, what I'm talking about this month, because these are based on transit, and transits never fail. They're very specific. Even if the overall prognosis, the first part of the prediction of your sign, is not, you don't identify so much with, if you hear your exact degree of the ascendant or the moon or the day of the birth, you will definitely identify with the influences that I'm talking about during this period. So please, if you have more specific questions which those videos cannot answer, then you're welcome to contact one of my psychics or astrologers, which I've selected from all over the world for you, which are fantastic, carefully selected, and they can give you sweet and short answers for 10 to 15 minutes. You can have readings with them, or even shorter. So there is an answer for everything you're looking for here. Aries, ascendant, sun, or moon. January 2013 is actually proving to be quite busy for you, because most of the planets are concentrated in your 10th house of career. So a lot of your focus will be on busy activities to do with your worldly responsibilities. Usually it's to do with responsibilities in your career. So you'll be very busy in January getting things done, finishing projects, maybe starting new projects at work, getting involved with a lot of responsibilities and duties, because 10th house rules responsibilities and duties. And you might be involved also with some institutions or authority figures high standing above you, that you might have more interactions with those, and some positive results might come through those. Or also, for those of you who are younger, these are your paternal figures, the teacher figures, people that are authority, more senior than you, that you have more interactions with. And those of you who are looking for jobs, it might be a positive period for you, when you might find a job, or there is a triggering of your career sector. So use this, particularly if your ascendant is in Aries. You might have this much more, you might feel it much strongly, that your career gets busier and that you have more activities happening in your life. 10th house is the most visible house in the astrology. It's to do with how others see us, the reputation, the image you send out into the world, and we usually achieve this through our career. So busy month career wise. Also, Mars is activating your 11th house areas. 11th house is a social house of friendships, of socializing, of being busy out and about, and Mars is an active planet. So you might put a lot of action into socializing, being with friends and like-minded people or social groups. 11th house rules not like your personal friends that you go to, that you see every day. It's more like bigger groups of people, like-minded, maybe going to meetings, maybe going to lectures, maybe going to concerts, or anything which you're out in the society when where others validate you. Bigger groups of people. So this is where you get busier and with more social activities, so to speak. And the 11th house also rules finances, what you earn from your career, and Mars there activates this house positively, so you might put more energy into uh, basically getting payment back from your career, from the, even if you have your own business, there might be acceleration of the activities of acceleration of the financial side of your business and of the gains of the earnings of the business. And I want to give now specific days. Those of you who have their ascendant in Aries, in particularly, and around the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th degrees of Aries, January, maybe part of December, and January will be very productive for you for relationships, because Jupiter is sending a wonderful aspect to your seventh house of relationships. So you might meet someone new, you might welcome new people into your life, which diversify your life, which open up your mind, which help you move forward in your life as well. You can also heal old relationships or just meet the love of your life, even possibly. It's also wonderful, those of you who have their ascendant 5, 6, 7, 8 degrees of Aries, for business activities, for signing deals, for cooperating with partners, for any kind of activities where you have to cooperate with another person and co-create something together. And it's not only personal relationship, it's kind of business relationship very likely as well, especially if you work in trading and consulting, where you're in one-to-one relationships with others. Or those of you who have their moon or ascendant in 4, 5, or 6 degrees in Aries, or those of you who are born on the 25th, 26th, 27th of March, you have Uranus influence, and Uranus is a bit more of an energizing and excitable influence. It continues for almost a year. It's been on happening in your life already, but now it's particularly intense in January. And Uranus is a planet of changes, so very big radical changes might be happening in your life. For some of you, it might be in your personal relationship. For some of you, it might be in your career. For some of you, it might be in your whole outlook on life and wanting to free yourself, liberate yourself, and do whatever you feel like, rather than take into consideration what others think is best for you. So you might be a bit rebellious and a bit too even extreme in your actions, but you just want freedom now and you want to be set free. And even if you're resisting the change, the universe will bring it from you from the outside by triggering certain changes in your life, even if you're resisting. So you have to welcome those, otherwise it might be more of a painful experience. But there is excitability, there is electricity in the air for you, and there is this constant, maybe things are happening 5 times faster than normal and changes are happening 5 times faster. But it's once in 84-year transit, so once in a lifetime transit, total transformation of the ego, of the outlook, of your interests, of your outlook, of even your whole life and environment. So this is for you, Aries. Please give feedback. Have you been seeing something happening like that in your life? And thank you very much. As I said, if you have extra questions, you can ask one of my astrologers or psychics, which are online anytime for you.